Well, bienvenue YouTube, welcome to another video here on the channel. My name is Emily, this is Děčín to Ústí nad Labem. Just a bit of a sort of tick box exercise to finish this off, and that's a run on the with Ústí for 453 on a little bit of the rail pull Traxx here. Bit of head cannon to account for the fact that we're not using mid-hill today. I do have a video coming with that, just been struggling to get it to work on the tracks. And that is that this isn't actually a loco that should run on Czech rails. As you can see from the info plate down here, it's qualified to run in Germany, Austria, Belgium, Netherlands. No Czech tag there, so therefore, in theory, I don't believe we'll be like running this country. However, it's got 3,000 volts DC current, so we could run this over here and be absolutely fine. So that's what we're going to be doing today. Just going to jump into the cab, finish getting my cab set up here. Going to turn my train heating on. Make sure my loco brakes off. So my train brakes off, loco brakes on, and I'm going to quickly use the hood to sort out my handbrake. Now I'm not going to use RF bar at the moment. I will put the handle in that position. The reason being, it's an absolute pain in the butt to use on this train. So then I'm going to be using it to actually lock a speed in, so as a speed hold, more so than a speed limiter. So basically, it'll be RF bar gets depressed, and that then gives you a speed 5 kilometers faster than the one you're currently travelling at. So I'll lock it in at 55, and that'll hold us at 60. Quick little fly down the formation because we've got time. You've got some quite an eclectic mix of liveries today. I can't remember which livery this is. I believe it's one of the German sleeper companies that's no longer with us. Eurosleeper, branded of course, and that's a Buff comes. You then got the same vehicle in Slovak livery, so this is ZSSK, but debranded Slovak. But you can see it's got a Ležadlový vozeň, which is Slovak. Kušetka or Liège wagon. Hello. Then you've got that same vehicle, but Eurosleeper branded. Same vehicle as you had at the start, Eurosleeper branded. Another Slovak. This is a German interregional vehicle, which is Eurosleeper branded. And then you've got one more, and then one more Slovak on the rear. There's our whistle. We've got the road. Let's go. Toodaloo, 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 toodaloo. Going a bit hard here, but hey. Shoot out over the points here. You can see there's another Traxx coming the way on a freight train. So this is my example here. So my starting speed is 60. At 55, I'm going to press RF bar. And that locks us at 60. And then the power comes off. And we are cruising our way down to Ústí. It's around 22 kilometers to get there. And we're on our way. So once we get onto the main line, we're legal for 105. So I believe we'll be legal for it now. Yeah, we are. Fine, 100. Also, we're about to go through a neutral section, so be aware of that. So watch what happens to my indications here. So I really need to close it, and then ETS is blinked off, well, close the throttle. I'm about to lose my MCB, sorry. VCB isn't a thing on one of these, but I've got the light illuminated. That means I need to be throttled off through this section. Loss of line light. MCB's open. And train heat's gone off. So I've got my line light back. MCB's closed. Now the train is still not closed the MCB, so it's still saying you've got traction lock. We're now legal for 130 running, by the way, for those who are playing along at home. I'm now legal to gun it. And my train heating goes back on. Plan. Do that. Strut roulette. And then, because you see how much of a pain it is to get the AFB to work the way you'd expect it to. Or AFB, sorry. I'm speaking that many languages in this. You've got German, Czech, and English that I'm having to use to describe it all. 536, so 534.4, that would you to be doing 110. So this is 130 running. This is as fast as we're going to get to run today. Just to be safe, I've got a bunch of screenshots of this, but I'll see if that one's any better. 110, warning coming up, that's 1 kilometre to go. We'll just statically break it down to 110. So just regenning, using no air at all right now, just regen power. 400 metres. And off the regens we go. But yeah, so like I say, we've got no mid-L today because this loco isn't fitted with this. This panel wouldn't actually be here. And we've got you sitting in the seat next to me who's supervising, making sure, basically acting as an extra pair of eyes to ensure that we're safe to continue to operate the train. Now that I'm at 110, what I can do is just go, is it Antreiber, Super, no, is it Super, no it's not that, that's my traction motors, and Baden, no. Well, you can't enable AFB on the move, who'd have thunked it? Hello Traxx. And that's 533.4, so that is 130 we're legal for now. Let's just gun it. That's in the Metrans Traxx going the other way. So, I do want to take a moment to appreciate, I believe this is the RDF reskins I'm using, or it's either that or Airvolk, I can't remember which one. So, I've got both installed at the same time. For a freeware reskin, I absolutely love the weathering on here. So, it's a very filthy front of the loco. 30 years of Metrans. You've got the information's been rubbed clean. Then on the rear, you've got a second Metrans loco, different livery, of course, with different sort of stickers. So this one's got Czech Ober Leasing. So Czech Ober is Česká something Obecná, I think, Banka. So Czechoslovak Public Bank, I'm going to go with. So who's least from? Then you've got, like I say, you've got the Metrans. Just the difference in the sort of the filthiness, that's great. Like I say, this one's sort of being dead in train dragged somewhere. And then you've got the Suggans with loads of containers on, which I think is pretty neat. I'm going for 130 here, and then it's 530.9 that I need to be at 100. So I'm using little metal posts here. They're probably difficult to read on mobile, but 2 kilometres, so we're not going to get up to 130. I can take that for free. Oh, we are. But let's just start dragging the brake back in. So I'm regenning now. So I'm actually still got some sort of drop. That's my train heating. And then I'm regenning about 100 kilonewtons back into the overheads. Which isn't masses, but it's enough to get me where I'm going. Oh, it's thingy here, so I may actually end up doing is just a quick little brakes off, regens off, and I've got another thingy. So you're going to watch. I'm not going to do anything here. Set bang, loss of line light. Line light's not back yet. Still not back. Line light's now back. MCB to close. Train's now thinking about it, sorting itself out. I'm now at 70 kph. Speed's dropping. Line volt's back. Powers goes back on. And then train heat goes back in as well. Get the fluctuations bouncing around. AFB goes in for the ton. As we flange our little way around here. 120 does not apply to us, that applies to tilting traction only. Do a little flyby. Awful vehicle starting to fire. Oh, this, by the way, is the Eurosleeper repaint pack that's available from one of the Dutch reskin sites. I'll strive to link in the description down below. It's a pretty cool little repaint pack. Obviously freeware. Some of the coaches are payware, I believe. I can't actually remember the details anymore. But I'm just trying to knock out as much of the check stuff as I can, because I'm probably going to be removing it again, because like my train sim install is currently like 750 gigabytes. So I'm just going to knock out a whole bunch of the videos. So you've got like a year or two's break from check stuff. And then we'll download it all again in the future. So 100, that's fine, we're legal. Just stay where we are. $110. We'll wait till we're through Poverty Station though. And just let the train pick up the power. And there you go, AFB goes into 110. Let's say this is Poverty. This is Neszczylice, and that's 120. I do genuinely think this is the quickest and easiest way to do it. I do love the fluctuations, like say in my line voltage versus my draw versus the power I'm putting down. Genuinely looks so cool. And I love that it takes into account the train heating into my draw. But like, if I just close the throttle fully, oh, the draw goes away. How fascinating. Power back on. I thought it factored some drawing. Apparently not. Mooi gieren. So a Z with the hook's a Z sound. And a S with the hook's a sh sound. Sh, Z. Welcome to Speaking Czech. It's fucking great. But in 2024 running audit with a comfort jet on. Hopefully it's a comfort jet then, not an interjet. That's an interjet, isn't it? Well, that's embarrassing. That's supposed to be a comfort jet. I do love the sort of the ELL whiskers on the front. And then we connect people in places. Praha, Dresden, Berlin, and Hamburg. So it's crazy how far these locos do actually go. And also the headlights aren't working again for some reason. I thought I'd fix that. And we now slow to the 115. So just put max rheostatic on, and then there we go. We're not that far now from Ústí nad Labem, where we finish our little journey together today. This is just really, like I say, just to cover off this bit of the route, and I didn't want to run it in another Vectron, because I feel like I've been driving those all the time as of late. And this loco really, like, this is probably the most I've driven. I've had this loco for literally years. This is the most I've driven it. I do find it really difficult to drive. And this is Ústí nad Labem Sever, or otherwise known as Ústí nad Labem North. Sever means north. Východ means east. What I really like about that is Czech's wonderful literal language. So Východ, the etymology of that, so Východ is basically where the sun rises. Or kde slunce vyjde ráno. This feels easier to use, I'm not going to lie. But we'll see. So use it in advanced lever mode, gotcha. Okay, and then I'll operate it for next time. So I'm keeping 60 in my speed set here as we approach Ústí nad Labem. This is where we finished our last time in the Krušnohor. And we're going to be regulated here for a interjet service with a Krušnohor going southbound. As you can see, here's the Vectron that's come off it, bringing it up from Prague. Actually, no, apologies. That's brought it in from Cheb. And then we flange our way over some point work here. No, we don't. We go past it. But we rumble in here into Ústí. And then, like I said, that loco's come off. That loco will later continue. Well, I think it'll run down into the depot and then be ready to go back to Prague later on today. Please take the brake off. No idea why that happened. I'll just shunt forward really quickly. I'll draw to the end of the signal. The announcement going out now. Do not open the doors. Do not light the train. We're going to move forward, and then we will let you all off onto the platform. Every system had the driver had the safety system go bang on them. That's our official legal excuse here. You can see there's another loco that's attached to the other end of the train. We will just creep it forward here. Full train. The train's now fully platformed. Neutralise the reverser. And hand over to our next colleague who'll be working it south. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, hit the like button. See you next. If you did, subscribe to see more from me on a regular basis. after this very short video. Until next time.